Hey y'all, this is Tina. I am here to share with you my design team project for Ooh La La Vintage Treasures. Her name is Doreen, if you're not familiar with her. She's on YouTube, she has an Etsy shop, and she has a Facebook group. And so go ask to join the Facebook group because she does a lot of freebies on there, and there's all kinds of inspiration and lots of people that you can follow and learn from. Today's kit that I'm using is French Bliss kit, one of my favorites. So I have been busy and gone for most of the month, and so I spoke with Doreen before I left for my vacation, and I told her I would be pressed for time. So here it is, the last day of the month. So I was very much pressed for time. So anyway, she said it's fine if you just want to do some ephemera, so that's what I've been playing with. Actually, I've been working on it the past 3 days, so I've gotten a few things now for my stash that are ready made and ready to go. So I'm going to start with these, and this one, let me just say that this one is something that I made before, and I've sort of been hoarding it because it is so stinking cute. I have not put this in one of my journals yet because it is so cute. I've just been holding on to it. But this is in the kit. Excuse me, I think this might have been on the freebie kit. Y'all, I've got glue everywhere because I just turned my glue gun off and I haven't cleaned my desk. I'm so sorry if y'all see a mess. I think this was in the freebie kit. I'm not positive. Go and check out her Etsy shop and her French Bliss kit. And if you're not a member, like I said, go and join her Facebook group and you can find this gorgeous little clutch paper in the freebie, if that's where it is, because I really can't remember and I'm so sorry. But I took this and just made it into what it is, a little clutch bag, and just decorated the front and put some pearls and some little bling. And then you open it up, and I made this little waterfall journal, notepad, excuse me, not journal, but notepad. And then I made a pocket over here with a tag. And I just made that out of some lace and just, you know, decorated it up. On the back of the tag, I made another little pocket with another little waterfall note, tiny notepad, sorry. And one of her little numbers that she had in the fussy cut ephemera. Super cute. So that goes in here. And then that goes in here. Like I said, I haven't used this yet. I've been hoarding it because it's just so stinking cute. So anyway, I had to make another one. So this is the one that I just completed. Isn't that adorable? I'm just in love with these. I'm going to have to I want to just take a day and make a bunch of these because they're so stinking cute. How cute are these for a gift, y'all? Go grab you some. So this one I just put a little flower here and some bling, and I put a little pearl here on the front and on the back because it has this little place for like the closure. So, and then I went around with some vintage lace. I thought that was really sweet, soft lace. You open this one up, and I've decorated it with the soft pinks because if you look closely, this is that soft, it's kind of a peachy pink or a blush. I guess you would call that blush. But anyway, I took it and just went with some baby pale pink that I had. So I have made another little waterfall notepad here and did some decorative trimming around the bottom because I just thought that would add some interest. And another little pocket over here with some cute little dot material that I had from a blouse I took apart. And up here, I do believe this might have been a separate little piece of ephemera from another kit, and I can't really remember which one. But most of what you see is going to be from the French Bliss. And this is just something I had in my stash. So I thought it's so cute. I just love it. And here is just a postcard I put in here. Another little card, and these can be journaled on the back. And then I made a tag. This was a journal card also, and I just turned it into a tag. Put one of the fussy cuts on here just for an embellishment. and put a little bow. So these can be journaled on. Super cute. Y'all know I have to have them fitting just right when they go back in the pocket, right? I like my little bow to be hanging over the top if I have a bow, so there we go. Close enough. So now I have 2 of these, and I'm going to try not to hoard them. I'm going to try to use them. So then I made this little tiny, this is a tiny, I mean it's little bitty, tiny journal, but it is a writing journal. So I've used this gorgeous paper. I've secured this ribbon on here so it won't go anywhere. You can just untie it. Look at this gorgeous paper. It didn't need much embellishing at all. I did put this trim down the spine here because I did sew this in. This is hearts. I don't know if you can see the hearts because it's wrapped, you know. But it's got hearts going both directions. And this is just some ribbon I had and another vintage lace that I had. Sorry for the glue strands. Another word that was in my stash, but this is Doreen's out of her kit. And just a flower and some bling. And that's all it needed because the paper is so gorgeous. This is the back side. Super pretty. So you go inside here. Let me make sure okay. You go inside here, and of course I've added a lace pocket. I also backed this with some more of the pretty paper. Beautiful papers. So I've added just a lace pocket, and of course I've made some tags here. Some little cards that can be journaled on. They're all so pretty, and I loved playing with them and decorating them up. Love the little angel. Super sweet. So you can write on those. Sorry y'all, it's getting the end of the day, and I have been working on this all day today. And so my voice is going, and I'm tired, and I'm hungry. So this is finally got through. I'm so glad I got through though. I had to go back and trim this down, y'all. So my edge here is kind of wonky, but it's okay. So these are some beautiful writing papers that she included in the kit. So I wanted to make a little journal with these papers. So that's what I've done here. And I've backed them. And then I come across some parchment paper. Not parchment. What is this called? Hang on, y'all. What is this called? I really want to know. Is this parchment paper? This is parchment paper. Let me show you. Parchment paper. Oh, it's so pretty, y'all. And it's got a texture, a little texture to it. I've never had any of this. I found this at the thrift store. It was $3.99 for this pack. I'm not even sure how much this would cost if it was brand new, but this was a brand new pack, okay? So anyway, I have cut this down and added a sheet, you know, in between the pages, just for some contrast and more writing space. And just to kind of fill it out, to give you more room, because like I said, this is strictly a little writing journal. There's, you know, this is all there is. There is the heart ribbon that I put on the spine on the inside and the outside. It has little hearts going in both directions. Maybe you can see it on that page. So this is the middle. I did not do my signature central pockets here. I did do them on the front cover and the back cover because I just wanted this to be for writing. So you have all these pages to write on. Love that paper. So here's the back pocket, and it's the same kind of pocket, the same lace. Look at this pretty paper. So gorgeous. Love it. This kit, y'all. I think I've worked more out of this kit than any of her kits so far. I just love it. Another pretty card here that you can journal on. And another one. And then this one with a heart. They're just all so pretty. And another thing I love about this kit, y'all, it goes and blends with any of her kits. And any time of the year, this is the perfect little addition to you, whatever you're working on. I mean, these are neutral colors. They would go with anything you're working on. So I was happy to be making some ephemera that I will have ready made on hand for anything that I have coming up. And I do still want to do, I'm checking my little bows in, I do still want to make a big journal with this kit, because I don't know if y'all remember, if you've been following me, I did start a big journal with this kit and I messed it up, and I was sick about it for so long, and I've never went back yet and had an opportunity to go and start over. So I plan to do that. So you may see some of this ephemera when I do that. You may see some of this in my journal, my big journal. So this was an envelope, and I tell on my boo-boos all the time. I tell on myself, because, hey, that's how we learn, right? So this card was one of Doreen's envelopes that was included in the kit, and I goofed it up. So what did I do? I did not want to waste it, so I just kind of went around the edges of the print that was on the paper here, the quilt pattern, and just made some designs on the side here. I cut it out and made it into a card. I kept the other pieces from the envelope that was left over, and I'm going to use those for some side tuck pockets. So there you go. If you mess up your envelopes, don't throw them away. Just turn them into something else. Just use your imagination, and I think this card turned out gorgeous. So I've laid some lace straight across here. I don't know if you can see that. And I have put this beautiful angel on top of that, and she kind of looks 3D because I put hot glue, and it's raised because of the lace, and then I've put the pretty trim on the top and the bottom. And I think that card is gorgeous, y'all, from a mistake I made. So don't throw away when you make a mistake. Don't throw out your papers. And then I made this super cute. Love this. Love the colors. This was the back. This was an offcut, y'all, of something I had already used. I went in my scraps, and I started playing with my scraps from Doreen's kit. And this is, I think the next few things, maybe some of them, I know this one was from scraps. This was a scrap piece of card, because I always print on card most of my things. So I didn't want to waste it. It had these panels. I think this might have been from a different kit. I think this may have been from it was the, what's it called? I'm sorry, my mind is blank. Little Dainty Darlings. I think this was Dainty Darlings. And it was where it had the armoires, and I think this was some doors maybe. And so, anyway, I made a little booklet. I folded it, down the line where it was, and I said, well, that's a booklet, so that's what it is. That's what I turned it into. So then I pasted some paper inside here just for something pretty. And then I made another little notepad here. And here, this is some more paper that I found at the thrift store, y'all, and I love it. It's kind of thick. And then this is this parchment paper again. And I just went every other page. Lots of writing. Lots of little writing in there. And then I used this little heart clip here and tied a little bow with this same lace that I put on the background. Just holds it together. Okay, come on. There you go. So cute, little notepad. So there's that. Now, I had a bunch of Doreen's envelopes. The envelopes were made, pretty much they were made. I just hadn't decorated them. I didn't fill them, but they were ready made. So this helped me out a lot, y'all, because I've been so pressed for time, like I said. So we have 2 minis here, and then we have 4, which I did have 5, like I said, but I goofed that one, but I love how that turned out. I'm just going to show you what I just decorated, just basic. I mean, really basic. I put one of her pretty words here. I took my heart punch, and I took some scraps that I was telling you. I had scrap paper just from the different kits. I made some little heart punches for closures for the envelopes. And then I have just decorated some little ephemera to put in. Super cute cards. So I just went and embellished some little cards because I think they look so cute embellished. And I left this ones because whoever gets this can, they can write what they want to. Yeah, that's the way it goes. They can write whatever they want to on there. and these can be journaled on. So that's what's in this pocket. Super cute, and the heart is so cute for closure. So that's that one. Let me put these over here. Love this lace with this one because it is gorgeous. And I just put this little bow and the word inspire. Super pretty. Another heart closure. This one I clipped from the quilt paper. Inside here, some more little ephemera. These cute little postcards. And I've used these quite a bit in these envelopes because I had a stack of them. They are so cute to journal on. Here I've just put a little topper on there, some little flowers, some lace, or ribbon actually, gathered ribbon. And look at this gorgeous card. And I had just a little snippet left off of a applique, so that was the perfect color. So there's that journal card. I'm so happy to have these ready-made things in my stash, y'all. This is what I need to do because I usually make my ephemera as I go along, and it takes forever. So look at this one. I love how this one looks too with the numbers in the background. And then I just I fussy tore some of the rose paper. This was just on regular paper that I had printed. I didn't want to waste it, so I tore some of that, made a little collage here, put the little the word. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. My throat is getting dry. I had this little applique. I thought it was just set it off so pretty. I love the way that looks. Back here, another little heart. And inside here, y'all, excuse me just a second. I'm so sorry. I got to have a drink. Okay, it's my Crystal Light tea. I move on from coffee, and then I move on to my Crystal Light tea. Look at this gorgeous card, y'all. Isn't that so pretty? And then with this vintage lace, and this lace was already stained a little bit, and I thought it was just I thought it was perfect. I love the way that looks. It looks old, vintage. Another one of the pretty postcards. I didn't want to add any bling because I thought it looked so pretty just like that. So whoever gets this, they can put some bling if they wish. So that's that one. And then one more big one here. It's beautiful paper again. I had this trim, and then this was a separate piece I put just on top. And then I fussy cut. Doreen had these little frames here, and so I've just cut away the frame and just wanted the word on here. So you can use them different ways. And back here I used one of her numbers as a closure. And then inside here, look at that sweet angel, y'all. This is what made me fall in love with this kit when I first saw her. It reminded me just of so many things. But yeah, my mom, who passed away a couple of years ago, yesterday was her birthday. When I first saw this angel in this kit, it just touched my heart, and I just have loved this kit ever since. But I had a little collection of angels, but this little sweet face spoke to me. So it touched my heart, and I just knew that I had to play with these, and I had to do something, and I'm going to make a journal because I just am in love with it. It just touches my heart to see it. So that's those cards. Sorry I get to rambling here. But isn't that sweet with a bow? I just love that. So cute, y'all. So much fun. Go grab you some of these and play, because I'm going to tell you what, you will have the best time, and you'll get so many things made with her ephemera that will go with all of her kits or any kit that you're working with. I love these tiny little envelopes, and I kept them very basic because there's not room for a whole lot, but they don't need a whole lot. They're so cute. I just added a little word and a little strip of lace here. Another heart closure. There is tiny ephemera, but if you don't have tiny ephemera, take your scraps, y'all, and make you some little tiny cards to go in your tiny envelopes. Take whatever you have left over with your scraps. And I think this was a long piece of paper, a card. I don't have one out. I think I cut it down and just turned it into a little journal card here. This was a piece of a scrap lace, and then I had that bling. So use your little scraps. It's so fun just to get your things and play. A lot of this, my trims and things that I used a lot of my leftovers, my little bits. And that makes you feel good when you're using your little bits that you're not wasting, you know. Sweet little cards. I think I did the same thing with this one. I cut it down. It was on a long card, I do believe, and I cut it down. Super sweet. Oh, I forgot to ink that. I didn't put my ink up. I'll have to do that. So that's what I have so far, y'all, and I'm just gonna keep on making. And like I said, I'm gonna get back to making me a large journal with this kit because it is so gorgeous. Y'all go grab it and make you some pretties. You won't be disappointed. And go and visit Doreen's channel on YouTube. I'm trying to pull these where y'all can see. And join her Facebook group. Get you some freebies. And I'm not sure how often, but she does give freebies in there. And you will get lots of inspiration. So y'all go and join there. And be sure and go to the other... I'm sorry, I moved the camera. Be sure and go and visit the other design team members and see what they're making. I know they're all so talented. I'm trying to catch up on my videos also because I was behind while I was away. But I get lots of inspiration from watching all the other ladies too, and I appreciate every one of y'all, and I appreciate all of my subscribers and all of my new people. Thank you so much. Please remember and give me a thumbs up and leave me some comments. And I hope to be back soon with another video. Bye, y'all.